I embarrassingly have probably spent more hours than anyone watching this video in GT Online, and most of that time has been inside cars. And here I'm going to just talk about my favorite. I've done this in the past, but this has been updated quite a lot. Hope you guys enjoy. The Deity. I like this car not because of the weapon aspect, because of the looks, the luxuriousness, the builds you can make on it, the paint codes that just appeal way more with this car. It's like the Hermes in GTA. It's a good palette for sample colors. Like, I've had so many comments on this color on the Deity, but in reality, if I put this same color on an LG Retro, on most other cars in the game, it just wouldn't get as much compliments. The Deity really does have a great presence in GTA. That's why it's one of my favorite. The Tampa GT. I was tempted to make a separate video for this car because I think it's one of the most underrated cars in GT Online right now. No one really is talking about it. No one does buy this car. As you can see from my footage in the background, I was having so much fun. You can clutch kick this car in first gear, second gear, and third gear. You can literally travel the whole of the city just wheel spinning if you know how to clutch kick. And with this car, if you don't know how to clutch kick, you're going to want to learn, because it makes this car so fun to drive. When you watch it wheel spinning everywhere, it gives a great feeling, and the suspension nice and soft, so it soaks up the bump. And if you know, like, when you do hit a curb or something, it really can spiral you out of control. But with this car, it can still spiral you out of control, but it's all down to you. The Banshee GTS. It was like Rockstar said, Epic will give this car everything. We'll make it OP in the drivability perspective, make it look so much like the 5th generation Viper. Give this car everything. And I tell people to clutch kick and learn how to clutch kick because of cars like this, because this is such a dramatic car already. And then when you can clutch kick in third gear and watch this car spin at 100 miles an hour, it is no joke. This car's like HSW plus. It's not even fair to call it a HSW car, and I've never said that about any car. This car without HSW beats a lot of HSW cars. When this first came out, I was driving it around as a stock vehicle, no HSW, no engine upgrades, and I was like, wow, this is fast. I wasn't even going to bother to check if it had HSW, because clearly it doesn't. But then you realize this insanely fast car has HSW. It's so nice to drive, and I think a lot of people have to put their ego aside if they don't even like American cars. What is there not to like about this? The Sentinel GTS. This car is something that was not expected. We thought when they were going to add the Reinhardt that, oh, they're not bringing the big grille newer M3s or M4s out. But they did. They brought the Sentinel GTS out, and this is a car that in many different variants and looks, it's one of those cars you can modify in different versions, like the Comet S2, like the Italy GTO. Just loads of different colors suit the vehicle, and there's not many cars in the game that have that capability. Unfortunately, this did not come with HSW, but it was a car that hit speeds like some HSWs that were at the bottom of the class. The Porsche Hammer, a car that caught so many people off guard when they brought this. Like, you would never think Rockstar would actually bring a Hammer out, but they did, with many modifications, even having a drift tuning version. And that feel as well, Rockstar have always been good at it, at nearly duplicating real life car torques and first gear, second gear feels. And this car is very torquey low down. It looks super nice. It's almost unfair on this list because we've got a lot of newer cars that give you that RP feel. You feel like you're not playing GTA anymore sometimes. If we were watching this exact same video 5 years ago, we'd think that Hella's playing 5M or a modded server. But no, we have a blessing of realism sprinkled on GTA. The Arbiter GT, it was, and probably still is, one of my favorite cars, period. And I've said it before, I've said the embarrassing statement of GTA muscle cars, classic muscle cars, got me loving classic American muscle. Not Fast and Furious, not seeing them in real life, because you don't see them in real life in the UK, unfortunately. But GTA, maybe when I'm rich one day, I'll be able to own one in the UK. Cars like the Arbiter GT make me want that even more. And the Arbiter GT, not only it being a great representation of GTO, it being super fast with that HSW, it having the longest wheelie in the game, it having crazy amount of modification. Putting that all aside, just the character of this vehicle, but putting them all together makes it one of my favorite cars in GTA. You may notice this car, the Sterling GT, a car that I put in many videos, a car that has HSW. The crazy speed for the vehicle is not why I put it on this list. You guys probably know where you've seen this from. It's the best sounding cars video, and it's my favorite sounding car in GT Online. And although I think the 300 SL is a legendary vehicle, I mainly like this car because of the sound. There's so many variations of sound, and a lot of cars use the same sound, different pitches, different pop. Sterling GT just has the best of it all. The Xeon Classic, a car that's not dramatic, is not fast, but it has an impeccable amount of class. This car, you just feel great. I mean, if you see this car in real life, it looks classy there as well. No sane person is going to pull up against you and try and race you, but nearly every person that pulls up against you will respect you if you drive an E28. And I just feel like it's still got that aura in GTA 5. It's got cool features like the anime pillow in the back, but I like to keep mine basic. Sometimes I give it that stance look with the BBS wheels. And this is another car I'd like to have in real life, and it's a dream car of mine. But right now, I've got to stick to dreaming. The LG Retro Custom. I don't even think I need to speak much about this car. It's always been a legendary car, even though it's not from GTA 4. It's not the first Benny's vehicle, but it was one of the first. It made everyone realize what you could do in GTA with Benny's, along with the Sultan RS. A car that was made from 3 different molds. A car that no one I've ever heard has said it needs to be updated. A car that's still brought to meets. And a car that's never been overlooked. The Comet S2. This caught everybody off guard when it came out. When the Los Santos Tuners DLC came out, one of the best DLCs ever, I remember looking on the website and it was just a spitting image of like a 991, 992 Porsche. And at that point, I was so excited to have it, even if it had 0 modification. This will still be a really good buy. But little did I know that they had a lot of modifications. So many modifications that you could make this car a GT2 build, you can make it a 911, you can make it a normal Carrera, you can make it a Turbo S. And really, Rockstar do a great job allowing you to feel that mid-engine drive of a Porsche. Like, they transfer that feeling in GTA. And at 1.8 million, I bought 10 of them. I think I made sure I got the price of 1.4 million, the trade price, before I bought all 10. But it shows how much I like this car. The new Sentinel XS4, something that's recently came out, and something that again caught us off guard, an E39 M5, another dream car that I want in real life. And if it was to come in GTA Online, I would have said I need that car to have great sound, because in real life it has amazing sound, and I need the car to handle like an M5. I need that kind of rear torque, the fishtail, and that classic design. And Rockstar nailed all of that. They did such a good job of making this appeal in so many areas, and in nostalgic areas too. This thing looked like it was from GTA 4. It had so many characteristics of the Sentinel XS in GTA 4. And the crazy thing is, this is only 1.4 million. The Remus, a car that a lot of people loved when it came out, and it was a hard choice because near enough the same time in the Los Santos Tuners DLC, the Remus came out, Comet S2 came out, the Calico came out, the Dominator GTT, the Euros, the Futo GTX, the Jester RR, the RT3000, Tailgater S, ZR350, the Warrener HKR. Like, all these cars came out in one DLC. It was like Rockstar were giving out the most demanded cars, and that's not even it. That's not including the event week. So the Comet S2 was in the event week, the Dominator ASP, the Vector, the Growler, the Sultan RS Classic, the Cypher, the Previan. Like, there's so many cool cars that came out in that one DLC that I think we got overwhelmed at one point. But Remus still had to be up there with the Comet S2, in my opinion, of being the best cars out of them all. And now the Remus has a drift tune, and when it did have low grips, it was one of the best to drift with. And now when it has drift tune, the drift tune option is one of the best on this car. The Windsor Drop. Slowly but steadily throughout GTA, this has been ranking it up on my favorite cars, which makes 0 sense because these newer cars are more realistic, a lot are very driver focused, are way faster. But this car has just been garnering my respect over the years, and it slowly made it to one of my favorite cars in GTA Online. The Windsor Drop is a vehicle that Rockstar put so much effort in ride quality. Now, it doesn't work all the time, but if you do run over curbs with this vehicle, I've mentioned it in the past, it just wafts over curbs. It then randomly, making 0 sense. Sometimes it doesn't read the curb and then it just hits the curb like it's on coilovers, like most cars in the game. But then some curbs, it just wafts over. Just driving this car, even when you're speeding around town, you do it in a level of comfort, and when you are speeding, it feels wrong in this vehicle, just like a Rolls Royce would in real life. The Vividite. The Vividite was something I asked for so many times prior to this car coming out. I asked for Rockstar to bring out a sleeper vehicle. Bring out something that's stupidly fast, but does not look stupidly fast. Something that doesn't look like it should deserve a HSW badge, but it still has one. And that's what this car is. The fact that they brought out a minivan in the game that they haven't done for a very long time, and then they added the HSW onto it, I really respect Rockstar's decision on this one, and I find this vehicle just fun to admire and rip past people in free mode. The Vamos. Nearly knocked off my favorite cars list just because there's so many nice cars now. But no, we can't forget the Vamos. It's such a fun car to drive with how dramatic it is. I still think the Arbiter GT is a lot more dramatic just because it has a lot more speed that adds to that drama. But this car at slow speed, the way the aerodynamics are, the way this car wobbles, and you need to be on point when you're driving it. It keeps you on your toes. And we're talking about GTA here, so it's weird to say a car keeps you on its toes when you're trying to drive it without crashing. Something the Vamos does. I appreciate everyone watching. After a lot of careful consideration, unfortunately I couldn't put these in order. I've spent probably 3 hours just thinking of what order to put these in, just to scrap the whole order format. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy that. See you in the next one.